Okay, guys, good evening. Today we are going to discuss the core concepts of installing Cloudera distribution of Hadoop. As we have been discussing so much about Amazon Web Services, how we can install Cloudera cluster on Amazon Web Services, I think you also need to know the architecture of Cloudera as well, because as you know, AWS is one of the services which helps you to provision the servers and you group them as one cluster. That is step number one. Step number two, when you install Cloudera Manager, which is nothing but Cloudera's product managing all your Hadoop services and cluster by two different tools. One is Cloudera Management Server and other one is Cloudera Manager Agent. First of all, if you look at this diagram, you'll understand what is CDH. CDH is Cloudera distribution of Hadoop. In market, there are different service providers or distribution vendors for Hadoop. It is R, Cloudera, Hortonworks, and Amazon's EMR. There are some other virtual machines also coming up, which I have no idea for now. As we are focused on Cloudera, let's complete the task of installing, configuring Cloudera Hadoop cluster. I wanted to explain you this diagram. The basic part is storage for any type of data. So you will be using HDFS as your storage, and on top of it you have workload management, which is called YARN. Earlier it was MapReduce 1, and after that they have made it to MapReduce V2 version 2 or YARN. Okay, what are the various ways you can use your CDH? If it is batch processing, you use MapReduce, Hive, and Pig. If you want to do analytics on your SQL data, you use Impala. And if you wanted to use search engine, Cloudera Search, and you have some products like Solar, something like that. Machine learning, Spark, MapReduce, and Mahout. Try to understand the difference between Spark and MapReduce. MapReduce is batch processing, wherein Spark is a real time, and you can do any kind of faster processing on Spark. Stream processing is also possible with Spark. As I have told you earlier, stream processing is nothing but uh, through some external sources. It can be Kafka, it can be NiFi, it can be anything. You get your data into HDFS. Once the data is fed into HDFS, you start processing that immediately, the real-time data. That is called stream processing. For example, consider example of Facebook Live. When you go live, everyone on your friends list can see you live. It is streaming it is streaming your live interaction to everyone. That is one example for stream processing. Third party apps are like partners, as it is an open source ecosystem. If you want to embed some third parties into your Cloudera distribution of Hadoop with support of Cloudera, that is possible. So if you see the bottom layer, data integration, Scoop, Flume, and NFS. I've told you earlier, Scoop is one of the best tool if you wanted to migrate or if you wanted to move data into HDFS or out to HDFS into any of your relational database management systems like SQL, Oracle, MySQL, and all this stuff. Flume is also one of the real-time streaming, and which has got a different concept which we'll discuss later stages. Okay, so this is all the architecture of CDH is. I'll show you one other diagram which will help you understand how the architecture of it works.
Can you please examples of batch processing, analytic, SQL,
Good,
search
good,
engine,
good, good question.
like used?
Good question. Batch processing is, for example, uh, if you're going to office tomorrow at 8 o'clock, all the data that is processed and shown in your database reports are day minus one, which is if it's 26th today, 25th today, right? Let's imagine you're going to office tomorrow, 26th. Okay, when you go to office tomorrow and log into your system and see the report of your updated business sales or something, you will have information till today morning 8 o'clock, which is 24 hours delay, which is called day minus one business. So you're processing your data in the form of batches. If you're talking about real time or near real time, You will just have hours, and it's not even hours, you'll have minutes of difference. Once the data comes, you start processing it, and you'll be able to see the process data and reports on your database, or in your CRM tool, or your any of the reporting strategies tool right away. That's what it is. Okay, any questions?
Okay, next one, analytic.
Analytics is nothing but, doing some analytics on it. Doing some analytics is nothing but, what is analysis? Analysis is nothing but, you have your business data and you are analyzing it. The way you do analyze depends upon the system to system. For example, if you use Hive, if you're using joining two tables, getting data out of it, or you're doing some complex transformations like joining and grouping and getting it distinct, this is called kind of analytics. I'm giving you a core example, but it is analytics is really more than that one. You write some logics, you do something and get the data. That's how it works. Okay.
Okay, search engine and machine learning.
Machine
Two.
learning is machine learning is different. Machine learning, I can say it's like understanding. Uh, as I told you in the initial discussions, when you are looking for something in Amazon Web Services, when you are looking something in Amazon online retail shopping, you like their product, but you are not sure about the offer they have given there. So you went ahead, but after some time you felt it's not worth of it, and you didn't complete the transaction, came out of it. Okay. And after 5 minutes, if you open any social networking sites, the product which you have browsed in Amazon 10 minutes back, the same product advertisement you can see on your social media. So how the Facebook or how the social media website you are on now got the information that you were browsing something else 10 minutes back? That is called machine learning. They are learning your trend, they are analyzing your trend, and they are trying to give what you want. That is called machine learning. I'm giving you a core example, but it's more than that. For example, understanding customer pattern, understanding customer DNA, or understanding what exactly customer is expecting. If customers are leaving us also, you can understand why customers are leaving. Looking at the click throughs. For example, you have a website company, or you're working on Make My Trip, and when you are going on Make My Trip, so many people are going through a website, and they're logging off without making any transaction. So if you go to the click throughs, the pages what they have traveled through, you'll understand where the fault is, what you need to do, where you need to improve, so that customers can stay with you. This kind of business things are comes under machine learning and analytics. Okay. So the next thing is, if you see the Cloudera enterprise platform for big data management, software, data management, technical support will be taken care by Cloudera. It is an enterprise technical support what they give. And the second one is certified connectors. This means if you wanted to import, export data from your HDFS or any of the system into HDFS, you can use BI connectors, ETL connectors, and RDBMS connectors. For example, MySQL.jar, SQL jar, all those car connectors. An open source project, cloud, you can use Amazon. User interface is like Hue, which is nothing but Hadoop user experience. Workflow management is Uzi, which is nothing but your jobs, the way you configure SQL jobs. That is how you do it. Metadata access and metastore, I have told you already. The way you have name node gathering your metadata information, there will be metastore for Hive, and there will be metadata for each and every services that is within Hadoop. Okay. Integration, if you want to integrate your products, or if you want to work on integration, Scope will be ideal. Flume is also ideal because they helps you in getting your data into HDFS. Batch processing, again, Hive, Pig, Mahout, and Dataflow. I'm really not sure what is Dataflow is, sorry for that. And batch computing is MapReduce and MapReduce 2, which is called Yarn. So Zookeeper, I'll tell you a little later. Zookeeper is nothing but a kind of watchman who does whether the service is up and running or not. When you have configured a high availability, the Zookeeper tries to go and check the heartbeat connection between servers and report you if something is a problem. So in a nutshell, Cloudera is doing a business with their tool that does this kind of work. Basically, Hadoop is an open source, it's free, but they have packaged it in such a way that if you buy their product, your work will be managed, monitored, and serviced. If there is any issue you face throughout your journey or contract with Cloudera, they'll help you. Okay. One thing you need to be very sure as you are approaching into the vendors, uh, if it is installation, configuration, or something with setup, they charge you for it. If it is something with the issues, they will support you in their contract terms by 24 by 7 or 24 by 5 or something like that. So it is like a client vendor management process that works. So that's what it is about Cloudera. So I felt, you need to be having little idea before jumping into configuring Hadoop cluster and all these things. If you have any questions, stop me now here, or I'll continue. If you have any questions, please tell me, or I'll continue from here. I consider that as yes from in everyone. Thank you. Okay, so we are going to launch our AWS instances. We'll have a 5 node cluster. We are going to do 4 scenarios here. First scenario, we'll provision a 5 node AWS individual nodes, and as I have told you earlier, AWS has a concept called elastic IP, public DNS, private DNS. Understanding that architecture, you must make all the necessary settings in the network to make sure your HTTP and HTTPS supported things will talk to your cluster properly. What I mean to say is your Cloudera
Uh,
manager, which is on HTTP, must be able to talk to your server. Okay, Shravan, go ahead.
Amar, can you start the recording?
You want to stop me?
No, no, start the
Yeah,
recording.
yeah, it started.
Recording.
It started long back. Don't worry. Yeah, thanks for that. Okay, so now I'm going ahead. Let's first get the servers. Rajesh, if you have any doubt, just let me know. I'll stop there. So I will take M4 large with 4 virtual CPUs and 16 GB memory. Okay, and I'll configure this one. I want 5 node Hadoop cluster, and auto is in public IP. I'll enable it, which is fine, and then I'll continue. I'll add storage. So if you add 100 GB here and delete on termination, because I don't want to spend money on the servers even after terminated. So CDH 5 configure security group. Having said, we'll put everything as open because we don't want to be interrupted by communication. All TCP anywhere, and all ICMP anywhere. Review and launch. This is fine. It is asking to make general purpose SSD the default boot. Click next. Launch. CDH Mumbai data center key. Let me check if I have that key because I have downloaded it the other day. I'm just checking if I have that key or not. This is data test. I don't have that key. I'll do something. I'll create a new key now. Create a new pair. CDH AWS underscore Hadoop. Download key pair. I'll put it in desktop, all files, save it, launch instance. Please observe carefully, because you all are new to the Unix and Linux environment. uh, each and every small thing may confuse you, so I wanted to make sure I'm not confusing you on that one. Let's take 5 elastic IPs and assign it. So we already have 5 IPs. Associate address, I'll give to first one. Second one. Third one. Let me do the same way for other two. Anybody, if you have any questions, just give me a shout. I'll stop it then and there.
Amar,
Yeah, go ahead.
Amar, can I know what are we going to achieve now
First thing,
with this process? What you
yeah,
are doing at the moment?
first thing, I'm provisioning the 5 individual nodes from AWS.
Okay,
I will make all the necessary arrangements for creating a cluster of that 5 nodes. Okay.
okay,
On top of it,
okay,
I will install a Cloudera distribution of Hadoop, making it as a cluster. So my Cloudera manager will manage my cluster environment. As I having told, Cloudera is nothing but it's a distribution vendor which has everything. So first, if your cluster is ready, if you set up your cluster properly and precisely, you can add
okay,
you can add any component which you want. It can be HDFS, it can be MapReduce, it can be Scoop, it can be Flume, it can be Yarn, it can be HBase, it can be Hive, it can be anything. So first basic requirement is we need to configure Hadoop cluster. That is what I'm going to do. Okay,
okay,
am I
okay.
clear?
Yep.
Cool. So 146 will be my first server. Rajesh, if you have any questions, let me know. 146. This is 146.
Sure, Aman.
146. 147 will be server 2. 148 will be server 3. Based on the IP address, I'm just giving them names. I'm not doing any magic here. CDH 54, CDH 55, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. That's good. So now we have provisioned the servers. So one thing we need to do here is, I'm into my desktop now. I've opened the terminal, which is shell in my MacBook. I'll go to desktop. Okay, ls-l. I have downloaded a file just now, which is called cdh aws hadoop.pem. So that's here. Okay, if you see here, cdh aws hadoop, I'll copy this one. Okay, sudo copy this one into .ssh. It's asking for password. See, .sh doesn't exist. Let me check actually. cd.ssh, it exists, don't worry. pwd, I'm in ssh folder now. So what I'll do is, I'll go to users, it's users, sorry, it's not user, it's users. Okay, I came to desktop now. and then from here I will copy CDH underscore CDH AWS underscore Hadoop.pem into .ssh. I don't know why it's throwing error message. CD. Let me check actually. 1 minute. CD dot ssh ls minus l. So we have all the keys here. So we will download it from cp users a column desktop. In desktop we have folder called cdh aws hadoop.pem. I'm trying reverse way. When I try from that direction to this direction, it didn't work, so I came to this direction and I'm copying to this directory. Okay, any questions on this one? I'm not doing anything different. I tried copying from my desktop into ssh directory. It gave me an error message. So what I did is I came into ssh and now I'm trying to copy it from there into here. Okay, now let's check it's done the work. So you have the file here. So one important thing is chmod 400 to cdh key. Okay, perfect. Let's clear this off. Let's check how to connect to the server now. So we have made chmod 40 as per the best practice. Nothing to worry about that now. Make sure you are in ssh directory, because the syntax which you are going to give ssh-i key and then the name, it goes and checks for that key. So you need to come to ssh directory and give the syntax here. Okay, this is all clear now. Let's open a new window. Close this here. Go to 52. Connect ssh-i. Copy cd.ssh. Paste it here. We don't want root because CentOS is the login through which it will accept your login. So we need to give CentOS. I'm fine now. So go to new window. One thing I wanted to highlight here, this is Mac. So I'm directly connecting through Terminal. Terminal is one app which has got the same functionality like you have in Putty. But if you're using a Windows machine, you will have to use Putty or PuttyGen, wherein you need to convert your PEM into PPK and use the PPK to convert it. So when we meet this Sunday, I'll explain you that on a Windows machine. I'm already on a SSH. That is the reason it kicked me, which is fine. I truly appreciate that.
ఒక చిన్న డౌట్ అండి.
Go ahead.
ఇప్పుడు నా విండోస్ మిషన్ లోనే నాకు ఉబుంతు ఉందనుకోండి, వర్చువల్ మిషన్.
Yeah.
ఉబుంతు నుంచి నేను AWS కనెక్ట్ అవుతుంటే మళ్ళీ ఇదే సేమ్ PPT చేయాలా, లేదంటే డైరెక్ట్ గా మీరు లాగా టెర్మినల్ లో కనెక్ట్ అయిపోవచ్చా?
టెర్మినల్ మ్యాక్ అప్లికేషన్ కాబట్టి స్ట్రైట్ ఫార్వర్డ్ ఉంది. మీరు విండోస్ మిషన్ కనెక్ట్ అవ్వాలనుకున్నారు అనుకో, దెర్ ఇస్ అన్ అప్లికేషన్ కాల్డ్ పుట్టి. యూ నీడ్ టు డౌన్లోడ్
విండోస్ మిషన్ అయితే.
యా విండోస్ అయితే మీరు పుట్టి డౌన్లోడ్ చేయాలి. పుట్టి డౌన్లోడ్
కానీ నేను విండోస్ మిషన్ లో నాది ఉబుంతు ఉందండి, వర్చువల్ మిషన్. దాని నుంచి కనెక్ట్ అవ్వాలంటే
there are two scenarios here. First thing, are you trying to connect from your Windows into Ubuntu, or what is that? I'm trying to understand that.
ఉబుంతు నుంచి AWS కనెక్ట్ అవుతున్నాను.
Where is your Ubuntu? Ubuntu is your operating system?
Yeah, Windows లో వర్చువల్ VM లో ఉంది.
Then it is same. It's just you need to give SSH username and password, making sure your PEM has got the necessary permissions, and port numbers
Okay.
must be opened.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
No problem. So we have finished 3 servers now. Let's go to the 4th server. cd.ssh, paste it. I don't want root because my system hates root. It should be CentOS. Uh, you have asked so many questions when we were partitioning the root. I have made a note of all those questions. I'll try to answer them today. I was so busy the other day in fixing the issue, so I really didn't have time to answer those questions. Today we'll discuss in detail what each W55. So you all remember very well that we have given 100 GB root, right? But it will show you only very little, 8 GB or something. Let's check that first. Okay, first thing we'll get the root sorted out. Sudo su hyphen root. Okay, this is done. So first is 146. Let's check df minus h. Do you see that it is showing only 7 GB, but how much did you provision? You have provisioned around 100 GB, isn't it? So the first thing, we are looking at the file system with df minus h. Df minus h is nothing but a command which gives you your file system information. Here it is showing 8 GB, which is 7.8 GB, but ideally it should be around 100 GB. But if you see option called f disk minus l, which is nothing but list me all the disks available. Here if you see, it is telling 107 GB. Okay, here it XVDA1 is little bit different from your XVDA. Okay, this blocks is nothing but this 838754 is nothing but your 8 GB. To explain that in detail, uh, just 2 blocks is equal to 1024 bytes, which is 1 KB. So now I'll repeat that, just 2 blocks is equal to 1024 bytes, which is 1 KB. Now if you convert that, you will get around 7.8 GB. Okay, now we need to understand this disk is there but partition is not there. So your disk is around 100 GB, which has not got partitioned, so it is only showing 7 GB as partition. As our work today is to make sure our root disk is partitioned to use all the 100 GB which we have provisioned. Okay, did you understand the link between blocks and the in the available space? Can I move ahead, or you have any questions here? Somebody has
Can you
asked
please
me.
repeat?
Somebody has asked me yesterday what is blocks. So who is that? Somebody is asking something.
Yeah, can you please repeat that again?
Okay, I will draw a diagram for you. That's the best thing. I follow Rajesh principle. This is one block. Okay, your one block is nothing. Your one block, or sorry, your 2 blocks. 2 blocks is nothing but 1024 bytes. Okay,
Okay.
1024 bytes mean it is 1 KB. Okay,
Mhm.
now with your calculator, can somebody calculate how much would be this one, which will be approximately around 7.8 GB or 7.5 GB. That is the relation. So if you see here, your disk dev xvda is having 107 GB. Okay, in which your xvda1 is 7.8 GB, which means we need to partition and expand this completely, so you will see everything in one disk. Got it? It's just showing us two separate layers. Now we need to go ahead and uh, get it partitioned to show complete as 100 GB for you to go and use it. Is that okay? Can I go ahead?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah, Shravan, you are asking something.
No, clear.
Perfect. Thanks for that. So, as we are clear till this point, now I will do fdisk dev xvda. Please be aware, don't 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 format xvda1, which is not the requirement here. Our requirement is formatting only xvda. So please be very careful about that. Now, so many people ask me so many questions here. If you read this very carefully, DOS compatible mode is depreciated. It's strongly recommended to switch off the mode Command C and change display units to sectors. Now, if you want to see sectors, you need to tap command called U. If you press U, it will show you how many sectors, how many cylinders, and how many blocks does your non-partitioned and partitioned disk has. So now I'm simply giving you here. Okay, if you give you, it will display the partitions, changing display entry into sectors, which is completely all right for me. And now I will go ahead and print the partitions. P means print the partitions. Okay, do you see that? What is it saying here? It is telling it has printed the partitions, but the starting of the partition is 2048. The starting of the partition is 2048. Now you need to remember your disk is starting from 2048. As I have told you, two blocks is equal to 1024 bytes, which is 1 KB. So now it started from 2048. Whatever you do, however you format your disk now or partition your disk, you must tell your operating system to start it from 2048. Am I clear till this point? I know it will be quite confusing. That is the reason why I'm going little slowly. If you have any doubt, stop me. Is it clear why I'm highlighting 2048 here? 2048 is nothing but the starting point of your partition. Can I go ahead?
ఒక్క నిమిషం అమర్ గారు,
Yeah.
అది మనకి పార్ట్ ఫస్ట్ చూడండి, XVDA1 లో
Mm-hmm.
ఎండింగ్ పాయింట్ వచ్చేసేమో 1045 ఉంది.
Mm-hmm.
ఇక్కడ స్టార్టింగ్ వచ్చేసేమో 2048 ఉంది.
Mm-hmm.
సో అంటే ఇప్పుడు అదేమి సీక్వెన్షియల్ ఆర్డర్ ఏమి అక్కర్లేదా?
No, there is no need of sequential order. As I have told you again, we are formatting XVDA, not XVDA1. XVDA1 is already there, which started at it is telling if you format XVDA, I will be associated with XVDA1 from 2048. Did you get it?
కానీ రెండు XVDA1 చూపిస్తున్నాయి కదండి.
Sir,
అంటే ఇట్స్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఆల్రెడీ 12105 ఉంది. సో ఇది యాడ్ ఆన్
if you see here, dev xvda, okay, it is showing 107.4. Okay, correct. What this one is doing here is, here you are confused. Okay, I'll tell you something. Fdisk minus L is nothing but it is telling how it is before you did something. Okay, now when you asked to show the sectors, when you ask to print the partitions, it is telling this is how I am partitioned. Here there is no partitions, boss. Here it is showing you how it is. That's it. Got it?
అంటే కొంచెం ఇంకా తెలుగులో చెబుతారు ఒకసారి.
ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు ఏంటంటే ఇక్కడ fdisk మైనస్ ఎల్ అంటే నాకు ఉన్న డిస్క్లన్నీ చూపించని అడుగుతున్నావు. ఓకేనా? సో ఫస్ట్ మొత్తం 107 GB చూపించింది, విచ్ ఈస్ 100 GB ఆఫ్ XVDA ప్లస్ 7 GB ఆఫ్ దిస్ వన్, విచ్ ఈస్ XVDA1. ఓకేనా? కానీ ఇక్కడ పార్టీషన్ చూపించట్లేదు నీకు, జస్ట్ అది ఎలా అలొకేట్ అయిందో చూపిస్తుంది. ఓకేనా? కానీ when you ask to print the partitions, p for print the partitions, it is telling, boss, if you ask me to show the partitions, my starting point of partition is from 2048 based on the block and bytes and kbs. Okay, still the blocks are same, but it will start from here and end from here, which is fine. Got it?
Okay, got it. Okay, yeah, got it. Thank you.
It is simple, but when you when
3-4 months.
అంటే ఆల్రెడీ 1 నుంచి 1045 ఉంది, దాని యాడ్ ఆన్ అయిందా ఇది?
it will add on once you do it. Yeah, it will add on. Okay, am I clear till this point? Can I go ahead now?
Yeah.
Understand, guys. Now try to understand. I am tapping D here, which means it will delete the partition selected. Okay, and start the work. It will start working and show you a different partition next window. Okay, D for delete the partition. Okay, done. Selected partition 1 means it is going to delete that partition, and now I say n is new, it will go and create a new partition. Okay, so when it is coming with p 1 to 4, you need to say p stands for primary partition, so p. Okay, now it will ask from which point you want to partition. You'll again say I want to partition from 1. Done. So I told you earlier, remember the starting point is 2048. That is the reason why you need to give 2048. That is the point from where your data started storing the information. So you want to start from there, format from there till the end. Okay, enter. So last sector it will take automatically, you need not have to worry about it.
ఒక్క నిమిషం అండి, ఇప్పుడు మనం ఫార్మాట్ చేస్తున్నాం కదా,
Hmm.
ఈ ఫార్మాట్ ఇప్పుడు మనం ఆ 7 జీబీకి కాదు, రిమైనింగ్ జీబీకి చేస్తున్నాం. 107 టోటల్ చూపించింది.
Hmm.
7 వదిలేసి మిగతా 100 జీబీని మనం ఫార్మాట్ చేస్తున్నాం. am I right?
Correct, you are right. Yes, you
సో
are right.
అందుకనే మనం ఆ స్టార్టింగ్ పాయింట్ వచ్చేసి ఇన్స్టెడ్ ఆఫ్ 1 బదులు 2048 ఇస్తున్నాం.
Yeah, 2048 is the place where it started actually. So అక్కడ నుంచి పార్టీషన్ చేయమని చెప్తున్నావు.
ఎదుగుని టు గెట్ ది రిమైనింగ్ 100 జీబీ దాన్ని పూల్ లో తీసుకొస్తానికి.
అవును.
ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Okay, now again you're asking, it is asking what I need to do. You're telling print the changes, whatever changes I have done till now, print them and make sure starting sector is okay. So if you remember here, you told it to partition the sectors from 2048. So now it is telling I'm giving p means print the changes and commit the changes, making sure the starting sector is started from the point where I wanted to do it. Okay, p. Now if you see, it started from 2048, which is perfectly fine, which is what I want. Now it is again asking command for help. Okay, if I give hey here, which means I am asking my machine to make all the changes bootable, make this partition also bootable. So whenever you restart your system, the partition should not be changed, we are appending it. Okay, which is fine. Again it is asking from partition 1 to 4. I always want to do from partition 1, which is nothing but 2048 1. Again it is asking for command. So what you need to do here is you need to give w means write the partition info and tell me the changes what you have done. Perfect. If you see here, syncing the disk. Any questions on this one? Any questions, anybody?
209 ఎండ్ ఉంది కదా, ఎండ్ ఆటోమేటిక్ గా తీసుకుందా?
యా, అది ఆటోమేటిక్ గా తీసుకుంది. స్టార్ట్ ఎప్పుడు 2048 ఉంటుంది శ్రవణ్. ఇది మాత్రం ఎండ్ అనేది 100 GB కాబట్టి అంత తీసుకుంది. ఓకే, ఈ బ్లాక్ ఇప్పుడు చూసినాం అనుకో, ఇది ఈ బ్లాక్స్ ఉంది కదా, ఈ బ్లాక్స్ ప్రకారం there is cylinders allocated and end will be dependent on this one based on the blocks. If we have less blocks, this will also be very less.
ఓకే, సో ఆటోమేటిక్ గా 100 GB కాబట్టి అంత తీసుకుంది ఎండ్.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. Any questions?
7 GB జీబీ సంగతి ఏంటి అంటే అది ఎక్కడ పోతుంది?
వస్తుంది ఐ విల్ షో యూ దట్ వన్ ఆల్సో. డోంట్ వరీ ఎందుకంటే ద నెక్స్ట్ కమాండ్ ఇఫ్ ఐ టైప్ దట్ విల్ షో యూ హౌ ఇట్ is splitted which will answer your question.
ఓకే.
Ram, any questions?
It's fine, Amir. Yeah, got it.
Any questions? Sridhar, I have never seen you ask any questions. Sorry to say
No,
this.
no, no. I'm actually, I will think like a Windows environment so I can understand those things.
That's good. I appreciate that. Dwaraka, any questions? Karamu, any questions?
No questions. Much
It's all right. Thank you very much. I understand.
Awesome,
I
man.
understand. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Cheers. Let's go ahead and do the same thing on second one now. I'm not going to study this again because we know what we have done. So I will be little fast now. If you're stuck up, just let me know. So F disk minus L. Okay, dev xvda. So I need to format F disk which is fine. So I need first sectors, and after sectors I need partitions which can be understandable. So how many sectors it needs? It needs around partitioning. P starts from here, so I give P and I'll delete the partition. I'll start the new partition. P for primary partition, number 1, and after giving this one, first sector should always be 2048, having said this earlier, and I'll leave this default here. And command M for help means it is asking me for print the changes, and now it is telling 2048 and the same block size, which is fine. So after this, what I'll do is I will ask to append the bootable changes, and again the partition will be 1. After that I will make it as W, write the changes. Good job. F disk. If you do any mistake, your disk will be corrupted, and your root is nothing but all your systems are sitting on that one, so you will not be able to connect to your server. It is nothing but your server is dead, so you need to be a little careful and give the commands correctly. Okay, so F disk dev and xv. You can stop me if you're confused, don't worry. F disk dev xvda and
ఇప్పుడు
use
అన్ని నోట్స్లలో 2 డివైడ్ అయిందా 100+7?
అవును యా కరెక్ట్.
ఎందుకంటే ఒకటే డ్రైవ్ చేయొచ్చుగా.
ఒకటే డ్రైవ్ అంటే ఆ 7 GB టెంప్ కిందకి వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. యూ విల్ బి ఏబుల్ టు యూస్ 100 యాక్చువల్లీ. అది
ఓకే.
ఓకేనా. ఆ సెవెన్ దాని మీద 100 వేస్తున్నావు, సో దట్ 7 బికమ్ టెంప్ అండ్ 100 విల్ బికమ్. నేను చూపిస్తా. వన్స్ ఐ మేక్ దిస్ చేంజెస్, ఐ రీస్టార్ట్ ద సిస్టమ్, ఐ రీస్టార్ట్ దెమ్ అండ్ ఐల్ షో ఇట్. ఇట్ విల్ బి వెరీ guys, you need to bear with me today. We need to restart the systems 3 times. First one, when you make disk changes, ensuring the system came up perfectly. After that we make some network changes and then try restarting, making sure the systems came back correctly. So if you think let's do everything and then restart later, if something comes up you will not be able to identify where the problem is. So let's change it, let's make changes, commit them and restart. Okay, hope you are with me on that one.
So, Kalam, does this petitioning apply to only AWS machines or any Ubuntu machine?
I think it's only for AWS. Because I have never seen people doing this one on other nodes.
All right.
Okay. So
You said disk and network changes, right? To restart.
yes,
What's the
yeah.
third one?
Which one?
You said three times you need to restart. One is disk changes, other one is network changes. What's the other one?
One is disk change, one is network change, other one is Selinux. Once you disable Selinux, you need to restart the machine.
Okay, cheers.
Selinux firewall. first sector should be 2048, which is what we were doing, and after that I can leave this blank, and I'll give partition here, and then I'll ask it to append and bootable from first partition to it, and then do it from write the changes. Syncing disk 48 is over, 49 f disk minus L f disk dev xvda u for sectors, and after u I need to give partitions because I want the primary partitions, which is fifth step. Perfect. And here what I need to do is delete the partition, create the new partition, and then primary partition. I'll start the partition from 1, and the default will be 2048, having said earlier, and the last sector will be amount of space it has, leave it, and command for help. Here you need to understand whether it is asking for partition or you're making the changes. So it starts with partition P here again, so you are making it A as append and bootable. After that you'll ask system to partition number 1, sorry, spelling mistake, and then you'll ask it to write the changes. It will be syncing the disk. Done. It's a very easy task, but understanding what we are doing is very important. This one itself has taken around 45 minutes, so you need to bear with me. Fdisk f disk minus L. Actually this session was not recorded, Rama, so I thought to let me do it again, so all you guys can at least whenever you have doubt you can come and refer. This task is completed successfully yesterday itself, but I thought we did a mistake while recording the video. U for
Oh.
sectors,
It's really good for us. It's a revision, good revision.
yeah, P for print the partitions, and after that we need
Amar,
to,
initially
yeah, go ahead.
initially we given 100 GB కదా 100 GB ఇచ్చాం కదా each node కి.
Hmm.
Where that we came from?
We provisioned it,
Extra
right?
one.
No, actually that 7 GB, whatever the 100 GB is your disk, right? Okay, if you
Yes.
don't give 100 GB also, by default it comes with 7 GB or 8 GB. 7 to 8 will be coming by default. If you don't give 100 GB
Okay.
also, it will come with 7 GB.
Okay. Minimum is 7 GB.
Yes, yeah, that's how the server will be provisioned actually.
Okay.
So 2048 last sector will be okay, and after that what I will do is I have pressed enter already, so again P for print partitions, which is done. 13th one will be A step, which is append partition number 1, which is done, and then we need to write the changes, append syncing disk. Now we are done with all the machines. Let us carefully go and restart, and then come back and check if the changes reflected properly or not. Actions, instance state, stop. Let's start the servers back. Lucky guys, this is third time we are doing it, and you guys have seen 3 times. And once I'm done with it, I will check how fast everyone practices it. And the other mistake is resolve.conf and resolve.conf. The first one is correct, second one is wrong. We did not have to make changes in resolve.conf. That is because of the configuration file name differences in the old version and new version. And I'll explain you that on the second one also. Let's go back. Let's go to first server and give this one. Perfect. Sudo su hyphen. Let me first log into all the servers and then play around. I wanted to ensure all the servers came back properly. When it is taking time, my heart beats very fast. This video I'll make to public, so 149, 150. So we are perfectly all right on all the servers now. Let's go back and check how our changes were reflected. Okay, for that changes we just need to check what's happening here now. It is telling you have only one disk. Earlier it was showing two disks for you, but now it is telling one common with 107 GB. Okay, there's no 7 GB. Did you see that, guys? Did you understand what I have done till this point? Earlier here it was here it was showing 107 GB, and here it was showing some 7 GB or something like that, right? But now where is that gone? It has disappeared because we have partitioned it to make sure it is using one common thing. Okay, any questions, anyone? I'll just see resizing it to see if any changes it would make. Dev xvda1, it has done everything. Okay, it has got
That's
nothing to
nothing
do.
but
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
కంబైన్ చేసేసినాం అదండి 107 ని.
అంతే, ఆ 107 లో 100 మాత్రం యాక్సెసిబుల్, 7 will be temporary.
ఓకే,
So you need to understand, guys. Now what happens is, one best thing is we have 100 GB now. If we don't do this, we will continue your Cloudera cluster configuration with 7 GB, and you end up your cluster will fail because your Cloudera management repository, your Cloudera management database, your Cloudera management server and its agents will eat up whole space. It will generate so much of logs, and while saving that logs, while writing that logs, it will not have enough free space, and you'll have to start troubleshooting your uh, do you remember one day I have shown a recording to you wherein it failed because of space issue? Hopefully it has. I don't remember if it was you or somebody else, but that's what it is. So our first agenda is accomplished. We have restarted the servers. Now let's go ahead and do the next part. So first check your host name. Okay, one thing I wanted to highlight here is this complete name is called FQDN, which is fully qualified domain name. Okay, and if you are using only till this point, which is called host name. So what happens with Cloudera is your public DNS is this one, which will be accessible and communicating with the internet and intranet, and this is your private IP or private DNS, which will be able to communicate between the cluster servers. If you add in the host name for 5 servers with this private IP, those 5 servers will be able to communicate. One thing Cloudera is getting confused is between this part and this part. Okay. However, external world will be communicating with public, internal will be communicating with this one. So we need to ensure our host name is only this one, but for internal communication of your cluster, you have this one completely in your host name, in your host configurations, which I'm going to make change now. Okay, we have been doing this, but let's do it carefully. Before we do something, first let's update sudo m-y update, sudo m-y install telnet, sudo m-y install httpd, sudo m-y install IP tables and its services. I'll copy and paste. That's easy. Let it do it work. Any confusions on the public DNS, private DNS? Anybody? Any confusions? మౌనం అర్ధంగీకారమా లేకపోతే ఏం అర్థం కాలేదని?
We agree fully, don't worry.
అలా అయితే హ్యాపీ. మహేష్ గారు,
ఫైన్ అండి.
that's good. So I'll make those changes. I'll make those changes which will help you understand. Let it do it work. It takes 2 minutes. If you see here, first it is showing your IP, which is your private DNS, but here it is showing your public DNS, which means both are tightly coupled. If your cluster wants to talk to other cluster, it's private IP. If your external world wants to talk to your Hadoop cluster, it is this one. Understanding the difference between these things, now you need to make a clever call in such a way your Cloudera is not confused between this one and is directly communicating with your servers correctly. To make the changes, I'm going to make a smart move now. I'll show you what I'm going to do. In my etc sysconfig network, I will add only private IP, but in my ECT host, I'll add the complete fully qualified domain name. Okay, that is only smart thing we need to do. If you ask me why Anna, why are you doing that, it's only to ensure your Cloudera manager is not confusing between your public IP, private IP and your DNS. That's it, simple as is.
Can you repeat that again? Sorry. ETC host.
I'll do that. I'll do it and show you. Don't worry. We are going to make the changes now. So first thing is updates. This is very important because if you don't update it while you make some changes, it will ask for download this, download that, and all this stuff. So that's what it is. So the reason why our Cloudera management monitoring server, report server, and there's other server which I forgot. These 3 servers are very important to complete your Hadoop cluster configuration, right? We were struck
Activity
up.
server.
Yeah, the communication is failing because your Cloudera is not able to go and communicate with your AWS servers because of so much confusion between public DNS, private DNS, and your private IP. We are going to eradicate that difference and lay off that bar today. I will start tomorrow to Hounslow and I will be there by around 8 or 9. If anybody is available and wanted to catch up, we can catch up. But Sunday it's official. We all can have a long hours of practical sessions. Ram Garu,
What time, sir?
Sunday from 10 a.m.
Okay. Till
Yeah, fine అండి 10 a.m. to evening.
మీ ఓపిక ఈవినింగ్ వరకు మీ ఓపిక. Everyone, if possible,
Okay, sir.
get Macs. If you don't have Mac, get your laptop. We can have your AWS account set up, and you can try doing this by your own. I'm telling you very honestly and very seriously also. This one is not really that important, but it is important. But when you come to development, to understand the complete MapReduce flow, it will take so much time. So we need to spend so much time there, less time here. But we had issues, so that is fine. We can't escape from that one. So try to complete this task by end of this week. You need to do it by yourself. You have seen 3 or 4 times, and today is the fourth recording. So make sure you're not wasting time with other activities.
Sir, did you speak to your friend about the hotel account?
Yeah, I'll talk to him
Room.
tomorrow. Don't worry. I'm coming there tomorrow, right? I'll talk to him. Don't worry.
Okay,
Actually,
okay.
we had official meetings on the lounge area last time, so I don't think it will be a problem.
Okay.
It is taking time. I'll mute. Yeah, I'll take a break for 2 minutes.
నాకు ఇది ఒక కాన్సెప్ట్ అర్థం కాలేదు అంత ఓకే.
ఏది అర్థం కాలేదు?
ఇది ఐపీ ప్రైవేట్ పబ్లిక్
చెప్తా చూపిస్తా. I'll show you. Don't worry. Give me 2 minutes time. Let it come.
ఇప్పుడు చేస్తున్నావు కదా అదే మీన్ లైక్ డిఫరెన్స్ చెప్పినావు కదా ఇంతకుముందు, అప్పుడు వాయిస్ బ్రేక్ అయింది నాకు. సో
So I think it has completed the work. We have not made any changes, we have just installed the updates. Okay, now carefully observe what I'm going to do. I'm already on root, so vi etc sysconfig network. Host name, I don't want fully qualified domain name because my Cloudera manager will confuse when it wants to talk to it. Okay, 146, that's it. Be very careful while you do this one. One is done. Do it one by one. Don't do multiple things, so which will lead to the confusion. vi etc sysconfig network, append for a. Okay, Shravan, you will understand once I complete this step, don't worry. vi etc sysconfig network. If you say net and tab, it will take you there. The reason why I have not taken 6 node Hadoop cluster is we have only 5 elastic IPs, and if you don't assign elastic IP for the 5th one, and if the cluster get confused, which may mess up our cluster configuration, I don't want to take any chance. That is the reason I have just went ahead with 5 node, which is fine. etc sysconfig network, append So when you are also trying this, make sure you are going on CentOS 6, not 7. Don't go with 7. CentOS 7 has got compatibility issues and it is still not uh, stable. WQ. This is done. We are done on all the 5 servers. So second thing what I need to do is vi etc resol resolve, not resolve, resolve, resolv. This is the one we need. The other day we made on resolve.conf, which messed up. I don't know why it worked when we did resolve, and that is the reason we were confused and uh, ended up having repeated issues. Okay, so go here, name server, give your IP address, which is 172.31.1.146. 1.146. Am I correct? 172.31.1.146. On first server done, go to second server, vi etc resolve.conf. See, all the servers have got same name, which is 02. Okay, now change it to append 1 dot, it is 147. Okay, 147. Fair enough. Make the change. Go here. Now come to 148. vi etc resolve.conf append. This should be 148, but still I'll check before I do that. 1.148. Okay, fair enough. Come here, go here, vi etc resolve.conf append 1.149. 1.149. Fair enough. Good. 150 vi etc result.conf which is 172.31.1.150. This is done. Now somebody has asked me what is via etc host, right? For them, I want to show something. Take this IP address, okay, and I need to copy it somewhere. Where can I copy it? One, two, 3, 4, 5, 148, 149, 150. We have 146 also, right? 146, correct. Go to 146. So 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Take this complete stuff here, copy, go here. Don't give any aliases, give it directly. So vi etc host. So it is here. Come back. Oh shit. That's a wrong format. It shouldn't be coming like that. I'll quit without making changes. Sorry guys, give me a minute. Let me sort it out. One 47, 148, 149, 150, 146. Copy. If the format is wrong also, it will interpret in a wrong way and mess up. So we need to be very careful. It is not like Windows, which can be done using GUIs or something. Paste it. I don't know why it is coming like this, but we can format it, don't worry.
సార్ టెక్స్ట్ ఫైల్ కాపీ చేయండి అండి.
Sorry?
టెక్స్ట్ ఫైల్ కాపీ చేయండి, నోట్లో కన్నా. MS నోట్లో చేసినట్టున్నారు మీరు దాన్ని.
That's fine. So I'm doing it. I'm formatting it this way. No worries.
అంటే మీరు 5 సార్లు చేయాల్సి వచ్చింది కదా, వెనక్కి వెళ్ళి బ్యాక్ వెళ్ళి.
I'll copy directly from here, so we can paste it from here.
ఓకే.
So we have 5 IPs here. So first let me copy it from here. Copy. Escape : WQ. Save it. Done deal. So I'm not going to do Serenix now because I wanted to ensure the changes made on the network level didn't mess the server up.
Can you check? Can you restart it? We agreed on restart every time you changes, right?
Which one?
You done a network configuration. Can you restart it so that we
I'll
can
do it.
check?
I'll do it. Let me complete this one. I'll do it.
Before doing the Selenx, just do it a restart.
Yes. I'll do it. I'll do it before Selenix only. That's what I told you. Because if it messed up, we'll understand it's a network issue. Not network issue. We confuse the network, and the AWS console is not able to bring the server up. That's the correct way of saying it.
Okay.
Rama, you are completely new to all these terms, but if you have any confusions, please feel free to ask.
Yeah, sure. Because last time చేసిన difference ఏంటంటే we are now using CentOS 6 కదా, and 7 చేసిన
CentOS 7 is not is not stable. That is a problem.
right. And also, like we చేసినప్పుడు there a couple of different things we did on resolve.conflow. We entered gate.
That's a big mistake. To be honest, I have to admit it. I don't know how it worked earlier when we were working on the POC projects. That's a big mistake. That's a big mistake with the recent release of AWS AMIs, because you're simply confusing the already enabled resolve which AWS gave you, and the new one
Right.
you are completely giving a different address, and your AWS AMI, when it wanted to bring up, it is totally confused to whom this guy is talking to. That's what it is. Okay, now guys, carefully observe. I have made all the required network changes. We haven't stopped the IP tables yet, which is not needed for now. So sysconfig done, etc host done, resolve conf done. I'm happy. Actually, we need not have to reboot here itself. Once Linux is done, we can reboot it. But having seen the issues yesterday and before day, it's always good to be on a safe zone. Test, check, and do. That's the reason I tested it, checking it before I do. 8. We finished 1.5 hour. Stopped, which is fine. Start. If you have debit card or credit card, go ahead and create an account in AWS. If you are not aware of it, I can help you once I come there on Sunday, and you can play around. Or once we finish all this stuff, I can set up the complete ecosystem project and give it to you. You can play around, but you should always have hands-on by yourself. That's what I mean to say. It's not like I'm not giving you any environment like that. I'll give you environment which is stable. Okay, let's go here. Let's go 146. Perfect. I love that. Sudo su hyphen this server came up correctly. Now if you see host name, it is showing
When
only
you're
half.
coming here, sorry, when
Yeah.
you're coming here, just entering the enter, just what you're doing before you giving
Good
this
question. Good question. Up arrow. Up
up
arrow.
arrow.
See.
Okay.
See here. Up arrow. Up arrow means it will give you the command what you used earlier to log in.
Okay. Okay.
So we have successfully done the network settings. So you guys are perfect on that one also. I highly appreciate that. Sudo su space hyphen. So all the servers came up perfectly. This is the last server.
So, Callum, where would you start if this is a standalone Ubuntu, not on AWS? Where would you start with your configuration?
I will do it on AWS, or there are a lot of other online portals, online things as well, which will give you that assistance.
I mean, if it is not on AWS, like you just get your Ubuntu server and ready to go,
Yeah, we
like
have the
physical.
servers. Yeah, we have physical machines.
Alright.
So the point is, physical machines are available. You just have to pay them money for some dollars per month and use it. They'll give you access through some VPN or something like that. I'll show you the details. Don't worry. Long way to go. No spelling mistakes here, please. You know what will happen if you do a spelling mistake. In the production environment, you will never do this. You will not disable the firewall, but still you will have the other proxy servers to get your work done. So Linux is done now. So what we need to do is we need to check the IP tables. Sudo chkconfig. What is the spelling? I forgot the spelling name. IP tables of, this is first one, and sudo service IP tables stop. Hope everybody is aware why I'm doing this one, because we were discussing about this for a long time. Perfect.
Both are same, right? Stop or off.
One is you're making off in the startup. So once the server is started and stopped, you're making stop from there. Sudo chk configurations, in the configure itself you're stopping it. And the second one is first one is you're offing it, which means you're telling the IP services configuration not to start when the server is restarted or something like that. Okay, perfect. One last restart, bear with me. We should be able to proceed further.
అమర్ గారు మనం సెల్ నెక్స్ ఆఫ్ చేసి మళ్ళీ రీస్టార్ట్ చేస్తున్నాం
అంతే.
ఇన్స్టెన్స్ ని.
Because sorry, if your server is not restarted after Linux, your Cloudera will say, sir, can you please go ahead and stop it and come back.
I think Cellnex మనం డిజేబుల్ చేసిన తర్వాత రీస్టార్ట్ చేస్తున్నాం. Cellnex మళ్ళీ రీస్టార్ట్ చేయట్లేదు, అదే కదా?
Linux disable చేసి సర్వర్ రీస్టార్ట్ చేస్తున్నావు.
Okay, Cellnex is still disabled, right?
Yes, you're right. Yeah, that is the reason in the configurations also I told while you restart also turn it off. Let me show you that. I'll show you once again. When something is doubted, let's clear that right away. I'll show you one second. Let me first check if all the servers are back. Good enough. So much of repeated work, that is what really irritating, but we have to do it. No way.
What you're
Yeah,
doing is currently logging into the server, right?
exactly. Yeah, cat etc sysconfig, sorry, Linux config. Do you see it's disabled? Everyone, can you see it's disabled here? That's what we wanted, right? Okay, now we are done with the good work. Now let's go ahead and start adding a group. Sudo group add, and what are we going to give the group name? Group name is Hadoop ThoughtWorks and colon, and I'm adding a user called sudo user add. What is the username here? It's ThoughtWorks. And to which group does the user belongs to? User belongs to a group called Hadoop ThoughtWorks. Any questions on the syntax? Anyone? Any questions on the syntax? I just created a group, and once
This is
the
just
group is,
general group name, right?
sorry,
You can give anything. This is kind of general group name, right?
general, yeah, I'm just giving my group name, that's it. So first with sudo permissions, I'm creating a group called Hadoop ThoughtWorks, and I'm adding a user called ThoughtWorks to that group. Okay, it done the work. Fair enough. Go here.
What is the
Why we
purpose of this, Amar?
why we creating group?
Sorry.
I mean, what is the purpose of creating this group and user ID?
Okay, for example, in your home, you might be using a Windows laptop, right? Once you log into Windows laptop with a username and password, it will definitely show you are you administrator or you're a normal user. There will
Right.
be groups, user, office group, administrator group, or basic group, or something like that. It is just for
Right.
your purpose, the way you operate your users, user account and logins, we create that one. Okay, now
You
sudo
added the
vi,
group. You
sorry,
added the use. What's the last one? Group created, user created. What's the last one?
minus
Space
g
G.
is minus g is nothing but you have added thoughtworks user to a group Hadoop thoughtworks. See, when you add a user, that user should definitely be a part of group or something. You can't individually add user and leave him like that, right? For
I
that
understand
reason,
that you
yeah,
added the group, created group, and then added the group user,
yeah,
and the last one is uh, minus G. That's the bit I didn't understand.
minus g is group. uh the thought Now I'm creating a thoughtworks user. Thoughtworks user is mapped to a group called Hadoop thoughtworks. Okay, am I
Okay.
clear?
Now you gave the group add in the first, right? The first one
Yeah,
is you created group. The second one is user. The third one is minus G. You're saying is you are giving user to the group. But what I'm saying is you already given the group in the first instance, right? In the first.
no, first instance created the group. Second
Okay.
instance, I'm creating a user, but that
Okay.
user should belong to a group. Hyphen g is I'm just telling
Oh,
this
got it.
thoughtworks user belong to a group called Hadoop thoughtworks. Simple.
Got it. Got it.
Okay, so now we want our thoughtworks user to log into server without a password. For that reason, you are adding him under Linux configurations to allow him to log in without a password. Okay, so if you see here, same thing without a password. You are adding thoughtworks user. See, spelling mistake, this will mess up. Okay, so this one should be okay. All, one is small l, another one is big L. Okay, let's do it on all the servers now. Sudo vi sudo append. If you need a break of 10 minutes, let me know. I can give a break. A long continuous sitting is difficult. I completely respect that. If you need a break, just let me know. I will I'll pause the complete class and you can go for a break and come back. Whenever you need, just give me a shout. So we have added successfully. Now sudo su hyphen thoughtworks. Perfect. This is very important because if you miss this step and if you do everything, the SSH will go and create in the normal directory and you'll have to go and clean everything and will be a double work. So there's no more restart required, which will save our time. Shravan, any confusions, any doubts?
No.
Good enough. So now SSH keygen. I'm just pressing enter because I'm giving it default values to go and create the values there. Okay. cd.ssh ls-l. It will show you only two, but if you go to ls-altr, it will show you so many. There are some hidden directories. Yeah, so that is fine. Now, before we copy ID in one thing, guys, here, don't get confused. Think logically. In here, you're creating SSH directory ID underscore RSA ID underscore RSA dot pub through an utility called keygen. But this is your name node server. On all other servers, you are not creating it. You are copying whatever permissions you have here to that one. So to make sure these permissions and that permissions are in inline, you need to change the chmod 700 and 600 ones manually. Okay, that is what I'm going to do now. Go here, go here. So I will make a directory .ssh and after that I'll give permissions chmod 700 to my .ssh. I don't want to type every time. I'll copy it from here. Fair enough. Sorry. mkdir chmod ssh. It will mess up. Let me copy it correctly. Any questions on this one? I think I've explained it very clearly last time also, so we don't have any issues on this one. Now cat id underscore rsa. This one we need to copy across all the servers. Okay. vi is nothing but you're editing it, and if there is no file with that name, we'll go and create that file name. Okay, id underscore rsa file is not there, so we'll go and create it there, append it, paste it, make sure there's no space, escape, done. So here also vi.ssh id underscore rsa, append, paste, take this one, escape, wq, done deal, and to this one vi.ssh id underscore rsa. I will start creating the playlist for Hadoop engineer certification from Sunday. It will be very short, half an hour videos. Everyone can enjoy it. I'll cover one scenario per day. In that way, people also will love, because sitting hours and hours will be difficult for anyone. Make sure this is not there. Okay, WQ. So one thing you need to remember here is, as you have created the id underscore rsa, you should have equal permissions what it has in id underscore RSA. Your SSH directory is 700 and your RSA key is 600. Okay, I have told you this one earlier. Why we are doing this? Just to ensure the keygen generated RSA and this RSA has got same level of permissions, which is categorized as UMask effect. We will discuss that UMask effect in next subsequent classes. You're almost there, guys. You're almost there. Don't worry. Now we need to cat id underscore RSA dot public key. So this one is showing this one. So copy this here. From here, go to the other service. Vi dot ssh id underscore RSA dot pub. I think I've explained this one with an house of 5 people trying to access at the same time, and everyone has got different key, something like that, right? I remember I explained it. If I have not explained it, let me know. I can explain it now.
You have.
Can you explain that, Amar?
Yeah, you explained it.
Yeah, okay. One 47, 148. Cool. One 49. 140, correct. $150. Good job. Now copy id underscore RSA dot pub into authorized keys. Authorized underscore keys. ls. Okay. Vi authorized keys. Append. Come down. So you have 5 servers. All your 5 services public key must be in sync. Sync means with their host name, with their user ID, and with their key. So I need to add the way I have added all the host in a host configuration. The same way I'm adding it, ensuring seamless passwordless communication will be easy for all the 5 nodes cluster. One 46, 147, 148, 149, 150. This will be 150. This will be 149. This will be 148. This will be 147. చేసి చిరాకు వస్తుంది ఇది. vi dot ssh authorized underscore keys. Append, paste. So 146, 147, 148, 149, 150. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good enough. vi dot ssh id underscore RSA authorized underscore keys. If there is any spelling mistake, again you will be screwed. So be careful. One more left. Vi and go to .ssh directory. In that, create authorized underscore keys. Authorized underscore keys. Append it, insert it, escape it, colon, WQ, save it. So same thing with 150. vi.ssh authorized underscore keys. Spelling mistake again. Let's do it correctly. Append it, paste it, escape it, wq. Awesome, good job. We are done now. Let's test if it is working. Let me go to home directory, cd lambda, and then ssh thoughtworks @localhost. Yes, thank God it's working. I'll exit it. I'll try to different server, and here I'll give 172.31.146 dot, sorry, 1.147. Yes, connected. I'll exit. Now I will try to 148. Yes, connected. I'm happy. I'll exit it again. Now I'll try 149. Yes, connected, which is fine. Exit. Now one last trial, 150. Yes, connected. Awesome, good job, good job. Okay, now seamless communication and passwordless communication between all the 5 servers is established perfectly. It's working. I don't want to go and test on the other server and waste time. If it's working from here, it works from everywhere, that is for sure. So we don't have wget installed, so just let's get install wget. Wget is nothing but the utility that downloads files for you. So your wget is installed now. Let me go ahead and sudo wget. Where is my Cloudera? This link I have written it here. http archive primary archiveprimary. You can Google it. You'll find it. Archive primary dot
Sudo
Cloudera.
spelling is wrong.
Sorry. Yeah.
Sudo spelling is wrong.
Thanks. Sudo wget http archive.cloudera.com. In that you have cm5. In that you have installer. In that you have latest. In that you have Cloudera manager. Is the spelling correct? Cloudera manager installer .bin. It's downloading. Perfect. ls, you have it here. So you must give permissions for that one to execute. So go to sudo chmod u plus x is your execute permissions, and you need to give it like this, which is Cloudera installer. Done. Now go ahead and do this one. You need to give sudo here again. That's my gap. Perfect. So next I accept the license. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't. Okay, that's sorry, I didn't accept the license. That's a mistake. Next. Yes. Next. Yes. It's installing. Now there is something which we need to do before proceeding. Let the embedded Cloudera management DB be installed. I'll make that change and I'll make sure it works now, because there's something we need to change before we go ahead and install it. I'll show that to you right now. We are done, guys. We are done. I'm not going to eat your time today. I sincerely appreciate your patience. You guys are really in line with me. I was trying to fix the issue and you were so patiently listening to see what's happening, how it works, why the issue is coming up. Much appreciated. How much time did
Really
we?
appreciate you. You're trying to fix the issues. Really appreciate your patience. Thank you.
Yeah. 7 to 9. I was today
It's
afternoon. Today afternoon, when I fixed that issue, I was like, I was in cloud nine because for 3 days I was talking to Cloudera, I was talking to AWS, I was doing all the blogs, I was making all the changes every guy advised, and finally one of the blog told it is the interpretation problem for your Cloudera embedded database with your host name. That is what the problem was. So that is the reason why we made your private DNS, private IP very clear in the host name. Somebody was asking some questions. Go ahead.
it needs to install in all the servers or just name node.
First, it will install on name node. Okay. After installing on
Okay.
name node, once you log in to the Cloudera web interface, from there it will start
Okay.
installing on all the servers. It will start installing. It will start downloading. It will start installing. It will start distributing, and then it will activate it.
It will
Okay.
done
All
automatically, or
all
you
the
need to get it.
No, it will do it. You can see that screen. It will download. It will download. It will distribute. It will activate. You'll see that screen. Don't worry. Why is it stuck at 40%? Is it gonna kick me now? It is like that. Don't worry. It takes time. Yeah. See, embedded database. It is downloading. This one is the problem creator. I'll show you what we need to do here. From here, it just takes 10 minutes because we know the trick today. If we don't know the trick, then we'll have to spend time till 12:30, 12:45. I know the trick today. So, guys, what are you planning for weekends?
spend time with you.
Oh my gosh, I am pleased, man. నా అస్తవాసి మంచిది, don't worry. Login, this is done, guys. Okay, click OK. This line successful. Now, focus. Focus, guys, focus. I'll tell you something. Let me go as root and come back. Okay, cat etc cloudera scm server is nothing but service cloudera management server. Okay, okay, I'm catting it, so I need to go to db.mgmt.properties. If you see here, do you see it as complete fully qualified domain name? This fully qualified domain name in Cloudera web service is confusing it to connect to this one. Remember these
Can you
usernames?
point?
Yeah, this one, this fully qualified domain name. Okay, and port number is confusing the Cloudera web service to come and touch here. Once it touches here, it uses this username for activity monitor and this password, which will be auto feeded directly there. Okay, now before that, let me make the change. Append. Be careful, be very careful. If you are did any mistake here, you are gone. So we are installing everything on one server, so I'm not changing anything, I'm just doing 146. Okay, be careful, be careful, be careful. 146, come down. Can you please remember the username and passwords? You will see Amon Amon Arman Arman, and the password is complex password. You will see the same things once you go to next step. Okay, so to do this change, I need to be root. That is the reason why I came into root. Okay. There are two differences here. Embedded database is you are using Cloudera services to manage the repository in the embedded database which Cloudera gave to you, or you can create your own custom database like MySQL if you want. We are not doing MySQL now, but later once we complete this installation, we will migrate this from Postgres to MySQL. Okay, so I have done the changes very carefully. It is only having IP and this one now. Okay, this change is done. Now let me go back to sudo su hyphen thoughtworks, because this is where we have installed it. So that's done. So let's go back to AWS and install CDH 51. So this is your global DNS, public DNS. Copy it here, go here, HTTP, Control V, 7180. It is working, absolutely working. Admin is username, admin is the password, login. So I don't want to remember the password, but I have to accept the license. This one is next, continue, and this is okay, continue, no worries. Be careful here, be very careful. Here also you need to give only your private DNS, not the fully qualified domain name. Okay, 146, 147, 148, 149, 150, 147, 148, 149, 150. Do we have 150 by the way? I don't think so.
Yes, we do. We do have 150.
Yeah. Sorry guys. 150. Search. So it's all ticked now. It's perfect. Continue. Cluster installation. Use recommended parcels. That's good always. Don't make any change here. Continue. Install the Oracle kit, which is okay. I don't want this one. I don't want single user mode because we are on 5-node Hadoop cluster. Okay. And another route will be, it's always thought works. So one thing I have to make sure here is I have to copy my ID underscore RSA. You know the reason, right? For server to server, you have established passwordless communication, which is fine. But for the web server, you haven't given the passwordless communication, right? CD desktop vi new password underscore cdh underscore success dot txt. Append it, paste it, make sure there's no space, escape, done deal. All hosts will accept same private key. So new passcode success, continue. Okay, installation progress. This will take around 2 to 3 minutes. It is really very fast. Awesome, that's good. I have a train at 6:30 tomorrow.
So is it like you installing in all the name nodes from?
No, from one name node into all the nodes it is going.
Yeah, one name node. Okay, one name node to all the name node. Okay.
In all data nodes.
Yeah,
Data nodes, yeah. Name
data
node to
nodes and
data node.
secondary name node also.
Okay.
So we have 5 nodes. One is name node, second one is secondary name node, and other 3 are data nodes. It will take some time because it has to refresh, it has to install the components, and then
What we transferring exactly is all like admin details, like
no.
login details also.
For example, it has to do a bunch of work. It need Oracle, it need Java, it need the certain libraries and class paths along with the installation files. So first it installs JDK, it installs Oracle components, it installs Cloudera management components, it installs Cloudera management agent components, it installs the whatever it has done on the name node. Now it is going to make sure it is going and distributing it across.
All okay.
You can
These
see
are all the
what it is.
softwares
Yeah, you can see
used
what is
for.
installing there. Yeah, you can see what is installing there. It's
Okay.
very clearly
So these are
indicated.
we going to use in mapping, right?
Yeah, true.
Map.
These softwares, these softwares are necessary for your cluster to form. Okay, but MapReduce is just one service which you will install after the cluster is formed. Okay, so this cluster has got everything in it, but whichever service you want to use, you will install it as per the documentation of Cloudera. As per the documentation, nothing. Just select on the service, go ahead and install it. To install that service, you need to have some files, libraries, and jars in certain locations. You need some MySQL connectors. Make sure they are sitting in the right directory, right location. Give the configuration directly, correctly, the way we made the change to DB properties. That kind of small changes are needed. I'll show that. Don't worry, don't worry. We have to install Scoop, we have to install Hive, we have to install Spark. There's a long way to go. So but the process is still same. Actually, to be honest, Hadoop administration work, we have finished around 30 to 40% of work. You got network, you got disk, you got partitioning, you got firewall, you have got configuration settings and everything. So now uh, we need to do backup part, restore part, and some journaling, journal notes, name nodes, and FS image edit logs, such kind of things. Do you see that in installing Cloudera management agent package?
ఇప్పుడు మనకి 2 టాపిక్స్ కదా, HDFS ఒకటి, తర్వాత మ్యాప్ రెడ్యూసింగ్ నథింగ్ బట్ మనం ఏమంటారు స్పార్క్ అవి కదా. సో ఇది ఇంకా ఎన్ని డేస్ పడుతుంది HDFS?
HDFS has ఇంకో క్లాస్ పడుతుంది. ఇంకో క్లాస్ ఇట్స్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఐ డోంట్ నో వై ఇట్స్ టేకింగ్ టైమ్. Seriously, it has to finish by now because name node it finished. Let us see if there is any problem here. Any timeouts or something like that? No timeouts, it is fine. 147 is fine. 148 is fine. My Wi-Fi is also fine. Yeah, it is progressing slowly. Come on. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. In production, you will get it done with some tools called Putty and Docker DevOps tools. So we'll also need to talk about that one. Sorry guys, sorry, I'm sorry for that. Oh my God.
Big relief for you. All installed.
Yeah, no, the main challenge is in next slide. See, now it is downloaded, it is distributed, it is unpacked, it is activated. Unpacked is nothing but while downloading, it will download all the gzip format, which is zipped, and that zip format will extract them and then activate them. That's what it is doing. Network bandwidth is a problem. People who wanted to prepare for admin certification, please start working towards it. Remind me Sunday. I'll give you those important material which you need to prepare for the certification, and don't delay further. Before somebody grab opportunities, you be ready and be prepared. Rajesh, got any doubts?
నో డౌట్ సార్.
నేను చిన్నప్పుడు చదువుకునేటప్పుడు మా సార్ ఒక మాట అనేవాడు. క్లాస్లో ఉండేది ఇద్దరు, ఒకటి అన్నీ అర్థమైనవాడు, రెండు ఏమి అర్థం కానివాడు. డౌట్ వచ్చేది ఏంటంటే అర్థమయ్యి అర్థం కాని వాడికి డౌట్లు వస్తాయి. సో అని అనేవాడు. అడిగే వాళ్ళని డౌట్లు అడిగే వాళ్ళని మెచ్చుకునేవాడు. అడగని వాళ్ళు ఏంటంటే కొంతమందికి తెలిసినా దే ట్రై టు ఇంటర్ప్రెట్ అండ్ కన్ఫ్యూజ్ దెమ్ సెల్ఫ్. అర్థం కాకపోతే డైరెక్ట్ మోమ్ మీద అడిగే వాళ్ళు దే ఆర్ ఆల్వేస్ గుడ్. సో కరై, వాట్ ఇస్ కరం or కరై? I forgot your name, sorry. Kara. What I'm trying to tell them is, in class you have two mindsets. One is the person who understands everything, and the second one is person who don't understand anything. So when somebody asks for doubt, if somebody asks if you have any doubt, it's always good to say something. I mean to say, if you have anything uncleared, make it clear. So I was just telling that in Telugu. So just thought to tell you in your language as well. Where are you from, Kara? He's not there. I don't know why it's taking so much time. Yesterday it was so fast, isn't it? Might be, is it because of 5 notes? It has to go and do it on 5 notes. That is the reason.
ఓకే, ఒకసారి మనం ఇది హడూప్ ఈ సిడిహెచ్ ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసిన తర్వాత దీనిపైన కాంపోనెంట్స్ తీసుకుంటాం సార్ మనం.
అవును, కాంపోనెంట్స్ అన్ని వచ్చేస్తాయి అందులోనే. నేను చూపిస్తాను మీకు. కాంపోనెంట్స్ అన్ని అందులో
ఎనేబుల్
వచ్చేస్తాయి.
చేసుకోవాలా?
యా, ఎనేబుల్ చేసుకోవటం, ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసుకొని కాన్ఫిగర్ చేసుకోవటం అంతే. ఒక్కొక్క
ఓకే, మన
దానికి
రిక్వైర్మెంట్ బట్టి.
ఒక్కొక్క దానికి ఒక్కొక్క రిక్వైర్మెంట్ ఉంటుంది. రిక్వైర్మెంట్ అంటే ఇలా ఉంటేనే నేను ఇన్స్టాల్ అవుతాను, నేను ఇన్స్టాల్ కావాలంటే పలానా డైరెక్టరీలో పలానా ఫైల్ పెట్టు, నేను వెళ్ళి రీడ్ చేసుకోవాలి దాన్ని, అలాంటివి అనమాట.
ఓకే ఓకే, యా. ఇప్పుడు ఈ పర్మిషన్స్ అవన్నీ ఎక్కడి నుంచి ఇస్తామండి ఇప్పుడు యూజర్స్ కి?
ఏ పర్మిషన్స్ అండి?
ఇప్పుడు హడూప్ ని యాక్సెస్ చేయడానికి ఒక 4-5 యూజర్స్ ఉన్నారు అనుకోండి, డేటా ఇంజనీర్స్ లేకపోతే డెవలపర్స్, వాళ్ళకి పర్మిషన్స్ ఎక్కడి నుంచి ఇస్తాము?
అది
నేమ్ నోట్లో ఇస్తాం.
నేమ్ నోడ్ కాదు, హ్యూ అని ఒకటి ఉంటుంది. హ్యూ, HUE, which is Hadoop user experience.
ఓకే, హ్యూ నుంచి మనం పర్మిషన్స్ కంట్రోల్ చేస్తుంటాం.
పర్మిషన్స్ ఇస్తే వాళ్ళు క్లస్టర్ యాక్సెస్ చేసుకోగలుగుతారు.
ఓకే ఓకే, హ్యూలో ఓకే. ఏదైనా లేకపోతే గ్రూప్స్ డెవ్ ఉన్నారు అనుకోండి, డెవ్ ని అందరినీ ఒక గ్రూప్ లో పెడతాం, లేదంటే అడ్మిన్స్ ఒక గ్రూప్ లో, లేకపోతే డేటా ఇంజనీర్స్ ని ఒక గ్రూప్.
బేసిక్ గా ప్రొడక్షన్ లో ఎలా ఉంటుందంటే రీడ్ యాక్సెస్ అంతా ఒక కేటగిరీ, అడ్మిన్ యాక్సెస్ అంతా ఒక కేటగిరీ, డెవ్ అంతా ఒక కేటగిరీ, ఆపరేషన్ అంతా ఒక కేటగిరీ, అలా ఉంటుంది.
సేమ్ ఇప్పుడు మా ఎస్ఎఫ్ లో కూడా అంతే ఉంటుంది, సేల్స్ ఫోర్స్ లో. ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు ఈ యూజర్స్ ఉంటారు కదా, వీళ్ళని మళ్ళీ యాక్టివ్ డైరెక్టరీ ఎంబెడెడ్ అయి ఉంటారండి.
డిఫరెంట్ యాక్టివ్ డైరెక్టరీ ఉండొచ్చు, ఉండకపోవచ్చు. సెంట్రీ ఆథెంటికేషన్ ఉండొచ్చు, ఆర్ కెర్బరోస్ ఆథెంటికేషన్ ఉండొచ్చు. డిఫరెన్స్ కంపెనీ టు కంపెనీ. కెర్బరోస్ అయితే రికమెండెడ్, కానీ కెర్బరోస్ కొంచెం ఖర్చుతో కూడుకుంది.
అది మైక్రోసాఫ్ట్ కదండి.
Guys, read this one. Cloudera recommends settings your VM swappiness should be maximum 10. Okay, current setting is 60. Okay, this is not a error message, this is a warning. Don't worry, but it is very important. I'll tell you the VM swappiness because it is one of the important concepts for the performance. I'll tell you, okay? Don't worry. Finish. Here comes our boss, Royal Bengal Tiger. First I'll install HDFS only. Continue. name node 146, second name node 147. Click OK. Balancer, don't worry. This don't worry. Service monitor is 146. Activity monitor is also 146. And host monitor is also 146 because I have made my settings like that. Go. Okay. Hold on. Make a change here. Okay. Come here. Because we made the settings there like that, so it need to be compatible. Okay. This is good. Postgres, show passwords. Do you remember? These are the passwords that were saved there. Username, database name, password. Did you remember? Now use MB database. Now test connection. Perfect. We are done. Continue. See, guys, these are the configurations which I will be explaining you in next class. DFS is distributed file system. Data node directory. DN is data node directory. This one is distributed file system, name node directory. This is a distributed file system, secondary name node directory. So just remember this one. We'll discuss in next class. Okay. This is where your host monitor will have the files placed. This is where your service monitor will place files. Okay. Continue. It's installing HDFS. It will take time because it has to go and do on 5 servers. So it takes time. Any questions, anybody?
What it's doing exactly?
It is installing, it is deploying అంటే ఏంటంటే ఆల్ ద సర్వర్స్ కి ఇందాక నువ్వు చూసావు కదా డిస్ట్రిబ్యూటెడ్ ఫైల్ సిస్టమ్ నేమ్ నోడ్ అని డిస్ట్రిబ్యూటెడ్ ఫైల్ సిస్టమ్ సెకండ్ నేమ్ నోడ్ అని డిస్ట్రిబ్యూటెడ్ ఫైల్ సిస్టమ్ డేటా నోడ్ డైరెక్టరీ అని వాట్ ఎవర్ ద థింగ్స్ దట్ ఈస్ నెసరీ ఫర్ దాట్ వన్ టు స్టార్ట్ he is going and dropping those files in that directories. Okay, completed. Continue. The service are installed, config running on your cluster. Finish. Done. You have your HDFS now. You have your cluster ready now. Okay. Now if you see here, you don't have any data because you just need to restart your Cloudera manager. If you see here, your Cloudera manager has got different components: activity monitor, alert publisher, event server, host monitor. I'll explain each and everything what it does in next class. Okay, don't worry about that. We are also going to discuss each and every configuration. It is not showing anything because we need to restart the cluster once. Let's restart, install yarn also, and then we'll wrap for the day. See, when you asked it to restart, it went ahead and restarted on all the nodes. Okay, it successfully stopped. It is now starting. Do you see this? 147, 150, 146, 147, 148, 149. It stopped on all the services. It starts on all servers. That is what the cluster is. You group all the servers and you manage your services. So now it is done. Close it here. Now if you refresh, you will be able to see everything. This is no data, which is fine. I'll restart this one and I'll install yarn and show it to you, and then you will find everything. Any confusions, any questions, ask me. I'm happy to help you. (9:15) Done. We are done. Don't worry. That's the last 5 minutes. We just need to install yarn. Once you install yarn, you will see all the graphs because yarn is the one that manages the resources. It is starting the roles. It started everything. Very good. Close. And now if you see here, go and add a service. Okay, in that service you have everything here. I want to install yarn. Okay, go to continue and I'll put it default. I want yarn resource. I'll explain what resource manager is, what is job history server is, everything later. Don't worry about that. Node manager will be on data nodes, which is fine. Continue reviewing the changes. So it will create a yarn directory. In that you'll have a name node. It will create a temp, yarn metrics. These are all the directories what it needs for the work to be done. It is now running the steps. It is deploying the client configurations. It will create a DFS directories. DFS directory is nothing but distributed file system directories. I'll explain each and every configuration slowly in next class. There is other class, complete class. It takes 2 hours time to explain all those things, including SDFS and yarn. If you understand that, your administration stuff will be more easy. Once yarn is installed, you will see all the graphs, your cluster CPU, your disk usage, and all these things. Okay, continue. You may still have to start new service. Okay, so let's go and restart it. See, now you started seeing this chart. If I restart it, you'll see all the charts. Restart, because your HDFS and yarn are interdependent. Interdependent means your yarn is a resource management service, and for that to work, your SDFS will first time needs a restart. So that's what it is.
yarn is basically map reducing కి B1 అయితే B2 వర్షన్ కదా.
మ్యాప్ రెడ్యూస్ కి అనకు, దేనికైనా కానీ, స్పార్క్ అయినా కానీ, స్కూప్ కైనా కానీ. యా
అవును
ఫస్ట్ వన్ వాజ్ మ్యాప్ రెడ్యూస్ 1, సెకండ్ వన్ వాజ్ మ్యాప్ రెడ్యూస్ 2. మ్యాప్ రెడ్యూస్ 2 నే యాన్ అన్నారు. యాన్ ఈస్ రిసోర్స్ నెగోషియేటర్.
దాంట్లో వస్తాయి కదా, దాంట్లో పిగ్ హైవ్ వస్తాయి కదా.
అవునవును.
నో, మ్యాప్ రెడ్యూసింగ్ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ అంటే ఓకే.
You are seeing everything now. Okay, you are seeing everything now. Earlier it was no data, but now it's showing data. Now, guys, observe one thing. You are running Cloudera Manager in non-production mode, which uses an embedded PostgreSQL database. Switch to one using supported external database before moving to production. We are not on production, so don't worry. But I can show you some other time later how to migrate from Postgres into MySQL, which is very simple. We have already done it, to be honest with you. We have installed external Postgres database. We have created a table, we have created a user, and one thing you need to do is you need to invoke a shell script and tell your Cloudera manager to go and take those details and stop using embedded database. That's it. I'll show you that little later, don't worry. But this is what it is. We have successfully completed 5 node CDH Hadoop cluster configuration on AWS servers. So we have learned network part of AWS. We have learned root disk partitioning successfully, and we have implemented Hadoop cluster with SDFS and yarn as basic components. And next class we will learn the configurations of SDFS. We'll go deep into yarn. Okay, any questions? Anyone? I think you're all tired, man.
No. Yarn is nothing but map reducing, right?
Yeah, true. Yes, you're right. Ramagar, any questions, any doubts?
లేదండి, I think it's I mean once we do it I'll have more questions, but I think this is good.
Yeah, cool.
So
Rajesh, any questions?
Administration
Not from me, sir.
Thank you. Shravan, go ahead. Sorry, I braked you in between. Go ahead.
అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఇన్స్టాలేషన్ ఇదంతా అయిపోయింది కదా, HDFS అయిపోయింది కదా, సో దట్ మీన్స్ అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్ అయిపోయినట్ట, ఆ పార్ట్ అయిపోయినట్ట.
అప్పుడే అనుకోలేము 30% అయినట్టే, 30 to 40% అయినట్టే. బట్ ఇంకా చాలా ఉంది. ఏంటంటే ఇట్స్ లైక్ ఐఎమ్ నాట్ టెలింగ్ సగం చెప్పి అయిపోయిందని చెప్పొచ్చు నేను. ఇట్స్ ఈజీ థింగ్, బట్ ఇట్స్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ థింగ్స్ టు లెర్న్. For example, imagine your name node goes down and your secondary name node should come up. Which are the files it should read, how it should read, what it should read, how the fencing works, how the journal node picks the responsibilities, all these things. That is very important. On top of it, if your Hadoop is having performance issues, how can you change the block size? How can you change the Java heap size? How can you reduce the maps? How can you increase reducers? All these kind of things. We'll cover it slowly, don't worry. And my more focus is into development
Okay.
part. It's a DevOps, so that's what it is. Thank you everyone for your all your patience, support, and commitment to learn till we complete it. And I'm sorry if something wasted your time, because to be honest with you, I tried all my possible ways in work and in from AWS contacts and Cloudera contacts. So none of them have helped, because what the way I approach the standard way, I have recorded many classes like this on this part, but this time due to the latest release of the RHEL, we couldn't trace exactly how that works. But after some research, we understood and we implemented it. So that is what it is. I'll go ahead and upload this video once it is converted. And second one is I will stop the on cluster for now, but in future we'll install all the Hadoop components on the same cluster. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much, Amma, and I hope see you. Not see you tomorrow. See you on Sunday. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you guys. Thanks a lot. Have a great weekend. Good night. First of all, I'll see you all on Sunday.
Okay, good night, sir. Good night, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay,
Thanks a
bye.
lot. Bye bye. Bye.
Thanks, Amar. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
Amar.
Good night, Amar.
Bye.